And thankfully, unlike Magic Online, I can actually look at my stream when I'm doing this, which sure is helpful.
Howdy, y'all.
Mikella's here, obviously, because the office is attached to our house. It's part of the house.
Office is our house.
I mean, not really. It's its own room now. That's a big improvement over where we were before. Hey, Seaberry. Hi, Seaberry. So this is Magic Assistant. We are currently organizing all of the commons. That's why this collection is called the Big Box of Commons.
Because we have a big box and they're all full of commons.
Right. If we find an uncommon, we end up throwing it into the medium box of uncommons. And then rares and higher end up in the rare folder. There is more than this in here, we just haven't cataloged the rare folder yet. And this is the deck I've been working on, called Was Not Was. I'm thinking of renaming it Wurg Not Wurg. But named for the band Was Not Was, who made the song Walk the Dinosaur. Because as you could probably figure out, this is my Ixalan Dinosaurs deck. The real one, not just the one I've been doing in Magic Online. I'm fond of it. I just got a couple cards last night that change it up a little. But it's still good. It's still good. Yeah. But anyway, we're going to close that window because we don't need to see that. We're over here. Oh, this is the old main collection window, which I don't count anymore because we've been reorganizing. So anyway, we are currently in Future Sight. We started way back with my earliest card, which I think our earliest one is revised. And now we
have dividers for alpha and beta.
Yes, we have little dividers that we made in Microsoft Word.
They're so cute.
We printed them out, put a little bit of cardstock to weigh them down on the bottom, and now we're putting them into a 5,000 count box with oldest card in the back of the furthest right row, newest card in the front of the furthest left row. So there we go. So we are currently doing the black cards for Future Sight. So I have a two death rattles I need to add into the stack. What are these? Oh, these are also Future Sights that did not end up in the pile properly. Here we go. So it's a very simple program. You highlight the cards you want. You make sure you're on the right tab for what you're cataloging. You hit enter twice. Well, you hit enter once. I'm hitting it twice because I have two of those. Meanwhile, for Deep Caverant, I will just hit enter once. Very easy. I currently have it set to go by color and then alphabetically, which is not how I organize my cards in the folder, but it is a very easy way to find cards to add to the thing.
To decks?
No, to add to the collection. I will admit, I really love Massive Ghouls. Who would have thought full art monsters should be a thing? They're just awesome. And it's not perfectly alphabetical, but it's close enough that I don't need to worry about it. Now we're into red. I don't have a lot of red Future Sight cards. Yeah, we need to do this because we had the card table in the room for 3 weeks covered in cards. And we need this table to do other things, including stream board games. So we are desperately at the point of needing to do this. So while this is just basically a management style one, so to speak, this is definitely a stream that might show people a program that will help them with their own collections. Because I really love Magic Assistant. Like, a lot. If only for...
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Yeah, not a sponsor. It's an open source program. So they couldn't sponsor us if they wanted to. Big reason I love this. Watch this. Tournament Organizer. Let me remove everyone here. So we can start over by... Cancel. No, remove all. There we go. We are going to reset. Great. Let's add some players. So if we were to do, say, anyone, we could do Alch, new player. Alch. Oh, cancel. That's not how I do this. I'm not doing this well. Here we go. Players tab. Add. Alch. Okay. Add. Red. Okay. Add. Mikella. Okay. And you know what? I'm actually going to remove a lot of these because these were joke name or a name organizer I was using just to test out the program. And I may have hidden one or two of my students' names from work in there. Thankfully, no last names. That'd be very bad. So, if we had Red, Alch, Mikella, Yvonne, Jacob, and just for the heck of it, let's add Seaberry and Amafau. That's John from the Discord. And let's add Wyverian, and I'm just going to use those guys for the moment. Well, then we could go in and add all of those people to a tournament. Set it up as a Swiss. Set up a schedule. Oh, look.
What?
Now, we can go like this, schedule this one, start it, and now it gives us an automatic way of doing a 4-man Swiss.
Cool.
So we could have Yvonne versus Red, Mikella versus Wyverian, John versus Jacob, Seaberry versus me. Do some cool stuff with that. And then we could even double-click, say who won. It's a very useful tournament organizer. I'm going to tell it to stop the tournament because we're not doing one right now. But it's very fun for organizing your own tournaments. But we're using the card organizer today. I need to find my 10th edition cards.
These ones.
Thank you. And the problem is the old organization system was alphabetical by color, and we have to redo them into Wubberg. Thankfully, they're not that big of a stack right now.
They are not the size of Shadows over Innistrad,
Oh, God.
Cons of Tarkir, or any of the more recent
So, yeah,
sets.
so since we kind of came into Magic more recently, the more recent sets have a lot more stuff in them, which is good for playing in tourneys or for showing off card collections. Not so good for organizing those. Thankfully, the old sets are... We have a lot of the old sets to do, so we'll be fine there. Oh, that's blue. That's why I'm not finding what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for a black card, because we don't have any blue cards from 10th edition.
Yes, if you are hearing it, because you have amazing microphones and speakers and whatnot, I am using tape
Yes.
to keep things together over here.
That's how we keep this whole channel together, is tape.
Tape and staples.
And, you know, on top of that, I have to apologize for not being around on our old schedule. The new job is much more intense than I was expecting, because I'm used to jobs with deadlines, not jobs with constant maintenance. And a deadline job, I can work YouTube around much easier. But a... Where's Lorwyn?
Lorwyn?
Yeah, a little feather.
Oh, feather.
But a constant maintenance job with deadlines is harder. And part of the reason we're doing this is I need this table to deal with one of those deadlines.
Is that one the one name?
I believe so. Let me double check. Yep, this is Lorwyn. Great. So colorless first. So yeah, so that's our big problem right now. Is we need to clear off the table so I can do the project I need for my next deadline, but I also have more constant maintenance at this job, which isn't beneath me. I'm not trying to say it is. Because I'm realizing that might be how I'm coming off right now. I am saying, though, that it's sucking up a lot more time for YouTube than I'm used to. Because a lot of my job is, thankfully not literally, putting out fires. Thankfully not literally.
Figurative fires, people.
Mostly figurative fires. Mostly. No literal ones yet, but it could happen. I am thankfully ready for that, because we had 2 fire drills last week at work. So, we're good for if there are fires. We know how to stop this. You know, I kind of like Wanderer's Twig, but 2 mana for pulling a land seems to be a little bit much. Let's look at these other ones real quick. Herbal Poultice, 3 to regenerate. That's not bad. Moonglove Extract, 3 to deal 2 damage to a player and it's colorless. That's very helpful. But yeah, so that's one thing where we're at is just, oh boy, having to put out those fires. And it's tiring. It is very tiring. I know I've said this a million times, and I know it's one of those, well, what makes me so special that I think I can get away saying this? I would totally love to just do the YouTube and Twitch thing instead. But that's not going to happen for a while. Anyway, I do like the Kithkin. Kithkin are fun. They're very tribal. They work with each other a lot. I am enjoying them. Nope, black cards. Get back where you go. Blue cards. You're alright. So we went to FNM last night, and we got there too late to actually join the draft without it becoming a really weird draft if we entered. So we just kind of chilled and tested decks and did a few casual games with other people who had fallen out of the draft or also showed up late. Something I did not expect to see, one of the guys in the draft brought his kid, which that's normal, but what he did was the kid went onto one of the PCs and decided he wanted to play Mortal Kombat, and he watched every cinematic. I don't think I've ever sat through a cinematic like that since Unskippable stopped. So I'm like, you know what? I got respect for this kid. He recognizes good animation when he sees it. Now, the rest of us are just so used to wanting to skip it. And here's this kid just marveling at the Mortal Kombat animatics. It's like, I don't know, that was a bit of a weird experience for me, of like, the zen of a child watching video game cutscenes. I was enjoying it. Yeah.
Enjoying it so much that you were like, oh, when we totally get
We totally should play Mortal Kombat.
Play it and watch all the cinematics, and I was like, okay, if you say so.
I know, one of those things of add this to the bazillion things we need to do. But
well, it was partially that, and partially because I had a feeling by the time we would get home, or I guess
we'd be exhausted.
Back to the office, sort of thing. We would be completely exhausted and go straight to bed, and it's exactly what we did.
Oh yeah, and I'm not saying right when we got home. I was saying like in the future after we were no longer in the store.
Oh, okay.
Not a tonight we are doing this.
Tonight we watch Mortal Kombat.
No, my plans for the night after getting home from FNM was go home, watch some YouTube videos, plan for today, which is our big day of streaming and such. I'm trying to be more streaming friendly, if you haven't noticed. Even though it does mean that there's less editing on my end, which is actually a good thing. It does turn it into... It changes the tone of our show a little bit. Anyway, that's not important right now. I've been thinking that... I was thinking we'd just come home and do stuff, you know, watch some stuff and then pass out. That's exactly what we did. I was right. And today, though, we still have not done that thing. Because we streamed some MTGO this morning. We made macaroni and cheese.
Which was delicious.
Thank you. Added spinach and Spam for arguably more health.
Well, the spinach to add more health, the spam to balance that health out.
Hey, spam has protein. Protein is a healthy thing. And it's low sodium spam. Really, we added saltless ham to it.
Well, we were adding it to Kraft mac and cheese.
Which needed more saltless pork. And paprika? We added paprika. Oh, I'm just an idiot and thought K went before L. Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. Alright, and Lorwyn is done.
If ever I'm alphabetizing, that's usually why I start singing the alphabet song. Because I forgot where letters go.
Same. Rising Sun.
They should all be right there.
Oh, because they're all connected. Fantastic. Yeah,
Wait,
so...
which one?
This one? I think this is the one I was looking for.
Morning Tide. Yes.
Yeah.
That's one.
Great, that's who I was looking for. And we got it. So, problem solved. Let's see here. So, white.
You said morning sun, and I was like, what?
I said rising sun.
That's...
Or morning sun.
I
was
don't know.
trying.
We'll go back on the stream and see what you said.
I was trying to go by your code names. Because you codenamed all of the sets.
I did. That one is campfire.
Camp-
No, that one's bonfire.
Oh, this is bonfire?
Yeah.
Because I see a sun when I look at it, so that's where my brain went.
Nope, that one's bonfire.
Okay. Oh, hey, you know what? Since you're closer, can we kill the artificial light and do natural light right now? Because that might be better on our eyes.
1 second.
Not you at home, but if you're at home can do that, that also might be a good idea. Go shut off the light in your room and open up the window to get some sunlight while you stay inside and watch somebody sort magic cards. That is 100% the best idea. That is totally what you should be doing.
Ow.
I also love the fact that Kenny, Fraction, and I all host each other, so that means I am now subjecting their viewers to us sorting magic cards.
Hello, watchers.
Hello,
of Kenny Gamer.
Fraction and Kenny's viewers who are here. Probably nobody. Not because they're not popular, but because they would look at this and go, this isn't WoW for Kenny's group, or this isn't Overwatch for Fractions. And you are both right. You should both be proud
This
of
is
how right
neither.
you are.
This is not Overwatch or WoW.
No, it could be later, but it's not now.
Not today.
No, not at all. So I have a bunch of greens that are way out of order, but that's kind of okay.
Because you're going to put them in their right place.
Yeah, they're not too bad. And we got to jump right to green, which is the last color we do before golds. So that's not too bad. And I totally jumped to G when I was on E. Why did I do that? And, you know, for the folks at home, it might be fun to see how many of this card does he have. I don't know. By folks at home, I currently mean Seaberry and anyone watching Fraction or Kenny streams. Because...
Wait until we do the... What was it? Unhinged we have?
Oh, I don't know how we're going to do the Phyrexian Librarians. I don't know.
Just keep going until we get to the right number. It'll be
Okay,
a good risk
so
workout.
the reason we have so many of these cards is I found a bunch of guys on eBay who were selling their collections for like $10 each. I think like the most I spent on this was 25 on the biggest box. Now lands were a different matter. Lands cost more money, but
Because everybody
needs lands, yeah. And some of them we bought new. But there was at least one guy who was selling unhinged and unglued cards, and I love the unhinged and unglued cards
because they're funny.
Well, because the friend who got me into Magic, Nick, who I still count as my brother when I like list people off,
Brother from another mother.
And father, and like
father.
just family in general. He introduced me to, and he's in the chat sometimes, which is fun too. He was in our last Overwatch stream. tell me. God dang it.
Put the wrong card.
Yes.
Stop doing that.
Okay, go. Delete. There, that's how you split a thing in half if you accidentally double the amount of cards you were supposed to have. There we go. He taught me how to play right when Unhinged came out. So that Phyrexian Librarian was a card we would use in our old Magic games. Not those specific ones, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and a couple of the other ones too. And so I love the concept of those, of how to mess with card game design. And I always thought it was so neat, because I came into card games from Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is not known for that kind of stuff. And we are done with Lorwyn, or with Morningtide. Anyway, so...
Bonfire.
Yes.
The next one should be right there.
Yes, it is.
For you.
Anyway, so I just really loved all the concepts they had. And I saw this set was all unhinged and unglued, so I went, alright, I'm totally doing this. Let's get them. And I didn't...
If you've heard us talking about organizing these magic cards before, you've probably heard the number of Phyrexian librarians that we have.
I didn't read the description properly, because I did not realize that out of almost...
Wait. Before you tell them what the number is, I think we should, when we get to start organizing and putting them into the box, or into this program.
It is the card we have the most duplicates of.
Yes.
So I will say this. You see we have 5 Liss Alana Bowmasters? It's more than that. By a lot.
By quite a lot.
I'm trying to see who else do we have a bazillion of. There's a few. Most of these are 1s and 2s. Definitely more than Sting Scourger. In fact, here, I can sort these by amount. If I can find the amount. Own count. Here we go. So, the most we have in the box right now is 5s. The ones we have 5s of are... Wait a minute. Go. Thank you. I think right now it's also sorting by set first. So stop doing that. None. Sort by count. Thank you. So it's more than Stream of Life, Alana Bowmaster, Scathed Zombies, Weakness, Pearled Unicorn. More than any of those. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Find Shadowmoor in here. That's right, Shadowmoor was a dual color set. Which is annoying. I love it, but it's annoying. So now I gotta sort that way. I'm gonna have to go back to the top here in a bit. Alright, Apothecary Initiate. Anyway, it was just an insane amount. So always read your product descriptions.
Whenever you're buying anything, always read the descriptions.
Yep.
That is the lesson of the day.
Mm-hmm. Easiest lesson I've taught in a while. Do I have any reds? I don't. I have mixed. Okay. Like, okay, one, I kind of knew Seaberry said he'd just be in the background, not really talking. I do wish somebody else would speak up, because I am still... I'm not super alone. I got Mikella here.
Hi!
But... you know, still like talking to our friends, our fans, our viewers. All those things that they may be. Here we go. Scuzzback Scrapper, where are you at? You're worth a red-green. And Tattermage Duo is the other one. I will admit, I love the concept of Lorwyn and Shadowmoor. Of they're the opposite worlds. So those are very fun to me. Ah, jeez. This one, this set, Eventide, is going to take forever.
Yep.
Because Eventide is our first big stack.
Yep.
This has to be at least 60 cards.
Thereabouts.
No lands.
Possibly more.
Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out all the white cards. That was a white-black card. Dual color, dual color, dual color, dual color, dual color, dual color. Okay, so those are all dual colors, which I actually should do first. Then... Is this going Wubberg backwards? Is this whole stack red? I don't think I ever actually looked at what our Eventide cards were, but I think we may have some it's not Phyrexian Librarian's level of high, but it's up there. Jeez, just jeez. Okay, we have Beck and Apparition. Done.
Cheese and rice.
Cheese and rice. It's like that website that pays you for buying cheese and rice. Cheese and rice credit. That's what it is. That's not a real thing. Battlegate Mimic. Who is up here somewhere? There he is. And Streamhopper. Wish I could make this bigger. Okay. Where am I looking? Oh, there he is. He's down here. I have 1, 2, 3 of those. Not bad. I'm setting up the stack on the side for the physical cards. Now, let's see how many puncture blasts we have. So far, puncture blast is now the one we have the most of. Currently cataloged. That might change in just a moment. 2, 3. One, two, three. 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. Puncture Blast is currently the most populous card. It might not hold that title for long, though. So now we have Hot-Headed Giant. 3. 6. 9. 12. Now they're tied. Next up is Heartlash Cinder. Which, by the way, is a really cool looking card. It's like a cool elemental thing that shoots whips out of its chest. It's pretty badass. We're at 7 so far. 10. 13. Heartlash Cinder is currently our winner. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 7 flame jabs. Whoever sold these really did not like his Eventide cards. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 Cinder Pyromancers. So, oh, there's another Heartlash Cinder that was hiding at the bottom. And another Puncture Blast. And another Cinder Pyromancer. And another Flame Jab. This guy did not either really like red or really did not like red, and I'm not sure which way that goes. But we love you, Red, the mana color. And also Red, the artist who does stuff for our show. And most importantly, Red, the dad from that 70s show. That's not true. Red, the artist, is the most important. Alright. Eventide's done. We're back.
Next ones are right there.
Oh, this is what Mikella does. She is a ninja, and when I'm not noticing what's going on, she just sneaks up behind me and organizes things. It is weird.
What's so weird about that?
Well, because between you and Red, I have a hard time keeping things messy. You and Red have this horrible mentality of something is wrong, so I must fix it.
Yes, we do have that mentality.
And then lo and behold,
Things get fixed.
things get fixed. And I just can't deal.
I'm sorry.
So now we got white. Then we got black. No, like, I'm serious. I will leave a room that is, like, mildly disorganized, and I will come back, and everything is organized if Red is in that room. You cannot stop Red from organizing.
Nope.
I've tried. Don't even try it. Won't work. Alright, so we have Shards of Alara, which I like conceptually. If that makes sense. And by the way, this one will not be super duper, what do you call it? I do find it weird that the obelisks have basically been replaced with monolith. That's some power creep for you right there.
Yep. We're missing one.
What are we missing?
We're missing dual deck Soren versus Tybalt.
Yes, we don't have anything from some of the older dual decks.
But we have cards for them.
Oh! Oh! Well, then we need to make some of those. So, do you know which ones are missing?
Not offhand.
Okay. So
I know dual decks Soren versus Tybalt is missing.
it is?
Yeah, because I have the decks, I have the cards here, and I don't remember cutting those ones out.
How far long ago was that set?
Before Dragon's Maze, after Gate Crash.
Okay. Duels of the Planeswalkers. I'm looking through the labels right now. Ajani versus Nikol. Dark Ascension. Yeah, sure enough. Oh, Soren versus Tybalt's right here.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah, we got a label for that.
Alright.
Never mind, guys. You don't get to see me make labels. Sorry if you were heartbroken about that. Probably not. Probably don't care. In fact, this may well be the weirdest Magic stream to come out of Magic Twitch in a long time. Which is especially bad because I did promise either PUBG or Fortnite today. And I still plan on doing those later. But I have other work I need to do, so that might not be today, that might be tomorrow night. Hopefully it'll be today, because I really want to do those today. Oh. That's the other thing, is I found out that our cube is 5 cards short.
Well, we'll just have to add more cards now.
We will. So we need to find some more cards that would fit the cube. Because we have a cube, and we want to do a cube draft on a stream one of these days. But I think we need a better streaming setup for Magic in the future. Personal opinion. I've been watching other Magic streamers, and they have much better setups than we do. And I realize part of that is that we are a very low cost... What do you call it? Not low cost, low budget procedure here. But I still would like to have some of those better accoutrements for our streams.
Oh, look at you. Using all the fancy words. Here.
Judgment? Why is Judgment on top of that?
Because.
Did we miss Judgment?
Yes.
Oh, well, where does Judgment go?
It goes like way in the back.
Well, how about I do judgment right now so we can put that way in the back? What card is in judgment?
Phantom Tiger.
What color is he?
Green.
Thank you. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, go put that in judgment. While I work on conflux. Multis. Colorless. Do I have white? Ton of white. White. Blue. Black. Red. Green. Apparently, on the back of one of these cards, on the back of Wretched Banquet, somebody wrote Wooded Bastion in pen. I think this was a proxy, but they didn't write on the sleeve like they were supposed to.
Is it in permanent marker?
It's in ballpoint pen and engraved into the card.
Oh dear.
I'm glad that we found this in the commons and not in the rares. Like, that would be worse? I guess it's still just cardboard. It's one of those situations like money, it's just fake. Yeah. Life hack. Money is fake. Ignore it and give it to me. I'll take it off your hands, and then you don't need to worry about it. Yep. Totally how that works. He said as he entered Lapse of Certainty into the machine. Oh, that's concerning. Hearing police cars drive by with their sirens on.
I think that was firefighters.
Were those firefighters? That's also concerning. Because, depending on who you ask, the firefighters around here are either really good at practicing or like to only leave chimneys. I'm going with the idea that they really like practicing on dilapidated houses, and that those are the houses with chimneys left, because nobody can ever seem to figure out who lived there. And so the big theory I've heard tossed around is that it is that the firefighters are purposely practicing on houses that they've bought up. And because of that, they can work with, they can just let it burn to the ground. Alright. Vidalcan Outlander is white-blue. Where'd white-blue go? There he is. Alright. The Conflux is almost done. We have one more card in Conflux, and it is the Nakadal Outlander, and we're good. So, oh, you took all my labels.
Yes, I did.
And I don't know what I'm doing.
You are now doing Divine versus Demonic.
Okay, I can do that one easy, because we have one card from that. And it is this one. Boop. Done. I'm noticing that this card may be just... Not this card. This stream may be very weird for people, because it's either going to turn into what card is he going to find next, or just people being bored out of their minds looking at a bunch of pictures of Magic cards. Like, the bad parts of a... wow, these are all golds. Like, the bad parts of a Magic Online stream. Yep. Totally what's going on here. Welcome to the worst part of a Magic Online stream, everybody.
We made Plane Chase 2009, but we don't have any cards for it.
I think we did that because we thought we had some, but we've been wrong before. That's fine.
So Planes
Here it is.
So Plane Chase 2009 is going to be on top of Zendikar, okay?
Oh. Jund Hacklade also has become Firelit Thicket, based on what is written on the back of it.
That's okay. Nothing is as worse as what I found under my childhood coffee table one day.
What did you find?
It was a family heirloom, I guess you could call it. Or it's like, it was inherited from my grandmother who passed away.
Uh-huh.
And apparently, my grandfather owned a label maker, an old-timey label maker.
Mm-hmm.
The kids got a hold of it, and so underneath that table is 2 labels saying Butch is a dummy head and something else I forgot, but I remember the Butch one because Butch is my dad's nickname as a kid.
So I'm guessing that was your Aunt Kathy who wrote that one.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. We're on to Magic 2010, everybody. We're getting there.
We have nearly half the table now. Yay!
Table's getting cleared.
Woohoo!
Our goal is becoming accomplished. I'm certain Red would be happy to hear that. Now, our other goal of clearing out Red's room, not as accomplished. Red's room being the room Red stays in when Red comes up the hill to see us, which is next weekend. So probably should work on that this week.
Yeah, we'll get there.
That's what we said about this table, Mikella.
We'll get there. It will totally be cleared by the time Red arrives.
Okay. I am getting tired.
Already?
I think it's just lack of water.
I could have sworn we had that one. Where did that one go?
We did have water, but we drank it. Now we need more, because we live in a desert.
No, the symbol for this one.
Which one?
From the vault relics.
Should look like...
Looks like a medal. An upside down medal.
Yes.
And I can't seem to find it.
It's not in this system either.
Well, that's lame.
Let's go to this list and double check. From the Vault Exiled. From the Vault Relics. Here it is. It's a crystal ball.
Yeah, I could have sworn we had that.
Me too.
I guess I was wrong.
Oh well. Oh well, we've been wrong before. Not the end of the world.
Nope.
Where did Twitch go? There Twitch went. So here we go. 45 minutes of just messing around organizing magic cards. We need this table cleared off. Might as well make it worthwhile.
Make it interesting for you folks at home.
At least that's the goal. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's why I was only holding half the cards. I had already put those in. I got distracted. Which is a problem with me. I do love that Burning Inquiry is just a dude in a library who's caught fire. He burnt the midnight oil, and then his laboratory. Okay. Here's Magic 2010. Put in the box. Plane Chase 2009's next.
Yes. Totally is next.
I don't know. Should I double check?
No. It is. There's no cards behind that one.
Oh.
Because we don't have any.
Well, here's Plane Chase 2009 then. Put that label in there. Then it's Zendikar. The original Zendikar. But remember, if you live in a city, try to be respectful of public transportation and take the Zendibus. She's mad at me now.
No, I'm not mad.
You seem mad. You seem very, very mad. Oh, hi, Mudman. I'm using Magic Assistant, which is an open source Magic cataloger. It is one I've become very fond of, partially because of it has a tournament organizer and has a deck builder. And the deck builder, if I open up this deck here, which is the Ixalan deck I've been putting together, it has a legality tab. And it'll tell you if your deck is legal for standard, which it should be, because Ixalan just came out, man. Update program. It's having a hard time with Ixalan, because Ixalan just hit yesterday, and so I think some of the programs are saying they're not legal till next week, because this weekend was the draft night for most stores. For our store, draft night is next weekend. There we go, now it says it's standard legal. Apparently these cards aren't, though. But they should be. Okay, so they're still loading in some, but that works. Meanwhile, my blue-white deck, if I load that one up. Let's close was, not was. Blue-white. Oh, I removed blue-white. That's right. Delete you, blue-white. Nobody needs you. How to beat an 11-year-old, I know for a fact, is not a standard legal deck. I know it's a legacy deck. Or a modern deck. So as you can see, that's where it pops up. And yes, it's called How to Beat an 11-Year-Old, because my goal was to beat an 11-year-old. But yeah, so the collector screen, very, very easy. I currently have this part down here using these tabs. Group by and sort by. It is grouped by set and sorted by color. So that's how I'm doing this right now. And then in the physical world, that you guys can't see right now, we have little labels and we're putting them into a big 5,000 count box. Very, very straightforward. Something I needed to do, and I got lonely. So I thought, yeah, let's make this a stream. It is called Magic Assistant. Give me 1 second, and I will throw the link into... one, I'll throw it into the video, and then two, I'll throw it in the chat for people watching on Twitch right now. Here we go. So, here is the link to download for yourself. And for those of you watching after this, I'm going to add a text box. Very, very top. I'm going to put that right there. And we are going to make that font a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller than that. In fact, I'm going to get it out of Arial, because Arial is very weird to read sometimes. Let's go with standard old Times New Roman. That'll work. Okay. And it is way too small to read. So let's... 1 second. Kill that. This is how you get to it. mtgbrowser.sourceforge.net. It's also in the chat if you're watching this live. So, enjoy that. Love this program. The tournament organizer is super useful. And I just love how it lets you sort your cards so many different ways. And the way of adding things between sets is so easy. So, like, if I had a new deck, I'm going to call this just test deck for the sake of this. I don't know if it's showing you guys the window. But it made a little pop-up that I get to type into. So this is my test deck. Go into my big box of commons. Take my step links. I can just drag and drop it into test deck. Now it's in test deck. I'm going to pop it back into the big box of commons where it belongs, though. There we are. Very, very helpfful. And of course, adding your cards in is easy. Just highlight it, press enter, bam, it's in there. It's weird that equals. Equals is the button you have to press. It took me forever to realize that, because I was right-clicking it forever and doing it through, like, the little side menu. And that was just taking so long. It was annoying. It was honestly annoying.
How annoying was it?
It was so annoying, I thought annoying orange was a nice reprise. Man, I really gotta get better at those how blank was it jokes, like, what is his name, Johnny Carr used to do. You know, like the old, it was so hot this morning. How hot?
Was it?
So hot I poured McDonald's coffee in my lap to cool down. Was it Johnny Carr? Yeah, Johnny Carr, 'cause Johnny Cash is the country singer.
Yes.
Alright. And watch, I'm gonna get a comment on this when this goes up on YouTube from somebody going like, no, it's really this person? How could you be so wrong? Actually, that's not true, because I don't think we have a single but actually guy in our followers or our subs.
Nope.
Not at all. We're all very good. We don't do it in the but actually voice. We do it in the I'm gonna help you here so nobody else corrects you later, because they're gonna be mean about it. I'm here to protect you, because we're friends. I tell you, like, there are. I've also realized that, like, the people who watch our videos come down in 3 groups. Really nice people who want to help others. People who come to us looking for help. Which, by the way, stop going to a YouTube channel guy / Twitch streamer for help. That's how you get into these problems. I'll happily help you. But stop asking me for medical advice. See a doctor. And then the last one that always baffles me is the people who come, who are just spam bots from Russia trying to sell me penis enlargement pills. Because I don't know why they figure I need it. Right, because I play video games online for attention. I'm seeing the connection they're making now. Never mind. Actually, the thing that they're most likely to do is go like, hey, come watch our free cams. Because it's not like you couldn't just Google that yourself. It's like, I'm sorry. I don't know if you noticed this, but I have a Twitch account from which I stream. I don't need to watch other people making fools of themselves on the internet for money. Thank you. I do that enough myself. Like, honestly, I'm realizing that we are, like, 1 step away from being cam girls. I'm 2 steps away, because I'm a man. But, yeah, that hangs on my brain sometimes. Oh, wait, I'm done with World Wake. That's why I can't find what I'm looking for. I'm in Rise of the Eldrazi now. By the way, it's also just really nice if you want to just look at a bunch of cards. Because it has literally the art for every card in it. You just go like, ooh, that one's nice. Ooh, that one is nice. You know, that card's pretty nice. Nice card. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Why are you happy?
I got the Ore Dragon yesterday.
You got the oversize.
Yeah.
So you can't really play that in a game other than Commander.
Totally can still play him.
You just need a proxy?
Yeah.
Alright.
And I need a card sleeve big enough to fit him.
That's called a Ziploc bag. A Ziploc bag is the card sleeve.
Totally would work. I'm gonna go get one now.
I was joking, but okay. Wait, if you're going to the kitchen, can you get me water?
Okay.
My water bottle's back here.
Okay.
Alright, we are done with Rise of the Eldrazi. We're getting up there. We are at... Let me check. As far as card lists go, Rise of the Eldrazi was 2010. We are currently, last I checked, in 2017. So, only got a little bit longer to go. Next up, Duels of the Planeswalkers Special Edition cards. Which are really just reprints with special edition symbols on them. But, oh well. And you know, I have a feeling they're not going to pop up at all. So here's the deal. I'm just going to count this as that.
I left him in the car.
Oh. Sorry.
I'll get him later.
Special tags, duels in a pop-up window that you guys can't see apparently. And the other one's Elvish Visionary. I'm going to use the Magic Origins version of that as well. Preferences. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Edit card. Special tags, duels. Like I did with that one.
Careful, I may have overfilled it.
Okay. Here's Duels of the Planeswalkers.
Okay.
Now my phone's going off for some reason. Why are you buzzing at me, phone? Oh, go check the front door.
No. Our stuff hasn't arrived.
Some of the stuff has arrived. I'm not sure which stuff it is. Because it's not the Ixalan stuff. It's apparently going to be Monday. But it might be Twilight Zone. For work, we have to pick things to do with the kids for if they're being good, and I picked movies, and I figured 4 movies. I should do horror movies, and they all wanted to do Twilight Zone, because I guess they have a teacher who does that. So I figured, why not? It'll be fun. Alright, so now we're in Magic 2011. Man, we have a lot of black from Magic 2011. There's blue.
We get to open boxes! They
We
spelled
do.
my name wrong.
Oh, does this one have your name on it?
Yeah.
Weird, open it.
Handy dandy knife. Which means I have a feeling this did not
Oh, we have like
come
4
from-
packages. Okay.
This did not come from your Amazon account.
No.
Because you know how to spell my name.
Last I checked, yes. As do most of our followers. There's the amount of people in this world who misspell Mikella is getting ever smaller.
That makes me happy.
I thought it would. Boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Cold
What is
brew
that?
coffee maker.
Cold brew coffee, man. That sounds like it came from my mom. And she sent it to you instead of to me for some reason.
No, she sent it to both of us.
Oh, well, then
This
that'd
had
be
my
why.
name misspelled on it.
Okay. Well, hey, cold brew coffee. We still have not made that cold brew coffee, and now I will totally kill a man for some cold brew coffee.
Please don't.
I will
They
do
will
it.
arrest you for that.
I mean, do I get to drink the coffee first? Because that might be worth it.
How about you just make the cold brew coffee
Oh, fine. Ruin all my fun, why don't you?
and then drink the coffee and just completely skip the killing of men altogether. So I think that would be much more productive. of
Oh,
your time.
fine.
We got another Foulest Fair book.
Yes. That was something I ordered. Phallus Fair is a fantasy series that I probably bought that particular book like
At
5
least
times
5 times now.
at this point. Because I keep giving them to people, but I still want my own copy. Is it Twilight Zone? It's weird that that is something those kids love so much. Oh, is it like holographic on the front? Yeah, it's the whole show. It is every episode.
Let's see.
Because it was cheaper to buy every episode than it was to buy the season separately. And I was kind of raised on that mentality of if you can buy everything at once, do it. which explains why we have a Costco account. Also, where all these magic cards came from. I'm realizing...
pictures of some of my favorite episodes on here. There's the Eye of the Beholder one. There's the masks. Oh, the guy stuck in the library and then he breaks his glasses.
You've ruined the twist.
I'm sorry. This show is old enough that it can't be ruined now.
So many people have made fun of it at this point.
Totally want to open this box.
Oh, that box. Okay, I was supposed to say, I thought there was another box? What? But no, there's not. Not yet.
Open the DVD box.
Monday, we're getting a bunch of Ixalan stuff.
Woohoo!
Oh my god, wait, are there 4 Barony
Oh, the
vampires here?
mermaids! The mermaids shall be mine.
I'm glad you're enjoying the mermaids so much. That's not where I expected you to go.
Well, they don't have dragons in Ixalan,
That's true.
which makes me sad.
They have dinosaurs.
Yeah, and they're feathery dinosaurs. But at the same time, there's mermaids.
Fair enough. But mermaids is just as valid an answer as dinosaurs. In fact, hold up. You know what? I think we need to put a, let's do a... I know every other channel's been doing this, but let's do a poll up on the screen.
Oh, Stop It, Willoughby is awesome.
What?
One of the episodes of Twilight Zone is called A Stop It, Willoughby. It's about a guy who's in a stressful job.
Oh, yeah.
And every day he goes to and from work on the train. And on his way home every day, or at the start of the episode, he starts dreaming that he's made a stop at a place called Willoughby. I won't ruin that one because that one's just awesome. You all need to go watch it.
Okay.
And every time he's like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to try and get off on Willoughby. And it's going to be great. And the train starts moving again and people wake him up and he misses the train to get off on Willoughby.
I see. So, I'm going to put up a small poll in the video here. Whoop. Don't take that. Take the poll. There we go. I'm going to bump it over here to down here so it's not covering up anything we're using. For what you think the best Ixalan tribe is, feel free to vote in if you think it's mermaids. Type in hashtag part of your world. Dinosaurs is hashtag we're back. Pirates is hashtag the rum is gone. And vampires, I couldn't come up with a movie reference, so I have hashtag Columbus Dracula. Because that's what we're dealing with here. Might make it a bit more interesting for yourselves. Oh, Gravedigger.
And Rice Rock Stars. That's what you should have named it.
Oh, Seaberry went... Seaberry, you have to be exact. Oh, I'm sorry. First off, my fault for not pressing the turn on the voting button, and also for putting an I in rum. Let's try that again. There we go.
So yeah, you
try that again. Try that again, Seaberry. With rum's gone. You got it right the first time. I'm an idiot and typed it in wrong. There we go.
So yeah, you should have...
I am bad at setting up polls. I think I have not set up a single poll that hasn't resulted in me typing something wrong or forgetting to press that button.
That's okay. You'll get the hang of it eventually.
Hopefully. And I guess if we do more Twitch, that'll happen.
Cool! Dishwasher safe! That's awesome.
That is good news to hear. I think it's one of those moments where you realize you're turning into a full-on adult. Which probably should have happened way before I hit 26.
You can make a coffee smoothie?
Yeah.
That sounds so weird.
They're delicious.
Apparently you need cold brew coffee concentrate,
Uh-huh.
non-fat frozen yogurt, some ice cubes, and some honey. blend it all together, and serve it in the glass. Wow. This thing looks pretty cool, and if I was a coffee drinker, this would make me, like...
You can see why I'm excited.
all kinds of happy.
Yeah, I am all kinds of happy right now, so I understand that feeling. Okay, so things I'm doing for Halloween for the kids, since my whole thing is I'm going to teach them about movies and how they're made, and they won't let me get to the point of teaching editing. Then again, I'm not much of an editor, so I understand. That, and my boss is aware of the channel, but it's one of those things that I've been asked not to advertise to the kids. So if
partially because we are not children.
We are not. So if you are one of my not my servants, one of my students, keep your dang mouth shut, kid.
Please.
Yeah. So.
Also, if you are one of Mr. Black's students who is going to keep their mouth quiet, especially when they're at school.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Mrs. Black.
Yep. Which is what I've been calling Mikella to all of my students. And she has now taken on, like, a mythical quality in the classroom of... They have so many questions at her, and I can't answer all of them?
Why?
Because, like, I have other things we need to do.
Oh. That's a good reason.
So, like, okay, now we're going to work on our English homework. Do you think Mrs. Black is pretty? Yes, very much. Let's move on with the English homework, children. I want to get out of here. Why do you want to leave so much? For that same person you keep asking if she's pretty. Move. Doo-doo.
Magical 11 is done! Yay!
And relics, which we couldn't find.
Relics is done! Yay!
So now we're at Scars of Mirrodin. Which is...
I better get started on more stuff.
Oh boy. A lot of artifacts. So anyway, for Halloween, for the little movie thing I do for them, if they've all been good, is we have Twilight Zone, the original Godzilla, which I don't remember being racist, but it's old enough I'm afraid it might be. And then, let me see here, Ultraman, same issue, and Coraline, which has nothing to do with the other three. Because there's that Coraline fit really well. I don't know. Seems like Coraline's a good Halloween movie. Oh, and then Book of Life. Because I just love Book of Life. That is a fantastic movie.
You're welcome. I'm glad I got it for you.
That too. I don't know. It's weird that I like that movie so much, I think.
Why do you think it's weird?
I don't know. It's not... This is going to sound really dumb when I say it, but I am constantly afraid that I might be liking it too much, despite the fact that it's not part of my culture, so to speak. I'm afraid I might be going overboard with it, but on the other hand, maybe it's just a really good movie and I'm having anxiety for no reason.
No, I think if you have anxiety, it's because you have anxiety.
That's probably why I have anxiety, yeah. Probably that anxiety disorder is why I have anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okie dokie.
I will say one thing that does make me feel better is that even when I have to take days off because of a combination of sick and work being too hard, we still don't have a bunch of... oh, that's Amazon telling me we just got Twilight Zone and Foul is Fair. It's because I can look at our Twitch follows and look at our YouTube subs and see that they haven't fallen significantly. That we've kind of stabilized. Which is good to see. I wish we would jump up. But it's good to know that the fans we do have are...
Not leaving.
Yeah. I want to say loyal, but that almost makes it sound like I'm an 80s cartoon villain.
Or maybe
like Megatron.
Oh, I was thinking an
Cobra
orange-faced
Commander.
president.
Why you gotta take it there? Why you got?
Well,
I mean,
because
yeah, he's been saying that.
He's ruined the word loyalty for me. I'm sorry.
Look, I hear somebody talk on and on about loyalty. My brain goes to, like, Skeletor. Maybe go a little bit more modern. Go with, like, Lord Zed.
Well, that is not where my brain took it. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Everyone has their own different associations. So let's see what our votes are at. 1. We are at 1 vote. Which is, Pirates from Seaberry. And actually, I don't think that's being reflected on the screen. Because I think he entered it when right before I pressed the button. So, whoops. Yep. Problem with having this many windows open is you lose what window you're on. Bonds of Quicksilver, there we go. We have 2 of those. We're getting there. We're getting to where we need to go. And we are pretty much done with blue after this next card.
Yay!
So that's good. Little victories. Lots of little victories here. I don't know, this... That is something I've been having a lot of anxiety about lately, is the fact that I took a job working with kids. I don't mind working with kids. It's like, I'm wondering if I should have just thrown my entire focus into YouTube or into Twitch. And, like, did I kind of cripple myself by not doing that? Which is a weird question to ask yourself. You know? Especially after VidCon and hearing all these people talk about how they threw themselves entirely into their channel. So that's all they could do. And it's like, here I am not doing that. But then again, you know, everyone's got their own path. Maybe this is my path. Or maybe I'm just not fighting hard enough. I don't know which way to look at this. And I think about that a lot. Like, probably way too much. Another thing I think about probably way too much is, like, why is it I worry about things that I can't control but I feel that I can, but I don't worry about things that other people worry about because I know absolutely I have no ability to change it. It's a weird thing to think about. Messes with you.
Messes with your head.
Yeah, like, I will worry day in and day out about, like, can I get to the point where I have enough time to write and I have enough time to make videos and still make enough money to survive, which we are just finally north of because of the job now, which is nice. But it's still like, I'm doing something I have no desire to keep with for the rest of my life. And many people have that desire, and I appreciate those people. I'm just so used to, when I say that, people thinking suddenly you're a worse person. Because why would you not want to work with children? What's wrong with you?
Because children are creative-sucking vampires, that's why.
It is. They are. It's like, don't get me wrong, I love kids. I want to help kids. I'm really tired of hearing you're so good with kids, so you have to work with them. Because if you don't, who else will be a positive role model for them? It's like, there's so few positive male role models. It's like, well, how come that has to fall to me? How come I can't do that through YouTube, or through writing, or through making games?
Because they're all old fuddy-duddies who don't understand the workings of the internet. That's why.
Like, why do I have to do that in a room where the kids are legally obligated to stay in? Why do I have to be a prison guard, basically? So that's what I am for a lot of these kids, is I'm the prison guard who's keeping them from doing what they want to do. And then when they do what they want to do instead, I'm the mean man who yells at them. And then when they don't listen anyway, then I'm the mean man who tells their parents that they're not doing well. It's like, that's not a good feeling. And that's not how I should be looking at it, but there it is. And don't get me wrong, the kids who want to be there, I think I have a great rapport with. The kids who don't, it's like, I feel bad we have to force them to be there. It's like, I can't let them go until either their parents come or the buses come. And there are the kids who want to play Magic or want to play D&D, and their parents have filled out the form that said I'm allowed to teach them, because I wanted to be careful on that one. And, like, don't get me wrong, those kids are brilliant at it sometimes. Right? There's one who thinks he's, like, too cool for it.
He's too cool for school, you guys.
No, he's too cool for Magic the Gathering. But then the minute he starts winning a game, he's, like, having a time of his life. He's just a sore loser. But yeah, so that's kind of where my brain is what's wrong with me that I'm the kind of guy who looks at working with kids and goes, nope, and then ended up in that job. Working with kids. I kind of feel like it's that one bit from, I think it was Parks and Rec, where it was like, I hate Harry Potter, you forced me to watch all 8 movies. How can you say that? You love Harry Potter. You saw all 8 movies. It's like, that's how I feel. I feel like somebody forced me to watch all 8 movies. And now they're telling me how much I loved it because that's what I did. It's like, great. Great. Except in this case, the person who forced me was capitalism? Or like, I will hear, a buddy of mine constantly talks about how there's this level of white mediocrity, and he's right. We have that. But then I wonder, how come other people's mediocrity is better than my mediocrity? What am I missing? What makes me less mediocre than them? Wait, mediocre in that... You know what I mean. What makes people like PewDiePie so much more than me? And I know that there's people who are going to bring up all the math from, like, MatPat and such. Where it's like, well, he plays funny games, or he plays scary games, and you don't play those. It's like, that's true. But certainly there's people who don't want to watch those. I know there's at least 639. Sorry, 300 followers who I forgot for a second there. Oh, it's just always in the back of my head. Like, why is... What level of effort am I not putting out that I need to put out to get this? Because that's the amount I can control, is the effort. And if I am putting out the right amount of effort, where do I need to redirect it? What does it take?
MatPat, we need your help.
You know, I got to talk to the guy at VidCon for like a second. Him and, oh dang, what is his name? Daryl Eves. And you know, Daryl Eves did give me a link to some videos that I really need to watch eventually. I think I might start watching those tonight. And I can't give you the links to those because they were like... there's a login and I can't give out my login. So, If you ever get a chance to watch Daryl Eves in person, do it. If you are passionate about making YouTube videos, the guy's a genius. I mean, not as traditionally attractive as MatPat, which might be what makes people like MatPat more, and doesn't talk about video games as much. But when it comes to, like, business decisions, for the kind of guy who thinks hearing the words tax deductions is a fun thing to hear, which is me, I find him fascinating. Because I'm a weirdo who looks at tax deductions and goes, ha ha ha, I knew it, This is all a big game, and I just need to find out the right rules. Like, if you ever go to VidCon and you have a YouTube channel, for the love of God, buy the Disneyland ticket. If you're an American. I don't know about tax laws in other countries. But if you're an American, you are allowed to deduct, what was it? Entertainment expenses after a business meeting. So here's what you legally have to do. The day before Disneyland, you have to talk to somebody else about your channel and about business for at least 2 minutes, or go up to them with the intention of talking to them for that long about business. Then, that makes your Disneyland trip a business expense, and you can deduct half the cost of your ticket from your taxes, which is something I'm totally doing this year. Because then that basically says, hey, half of your Disneyland ticket was free. You just get paid back for it in April. Which, by itself, is enough for me to go to Disneyland, or help me get back to VidCon for the next year. I would love to go back next year, and I would love to drag Mikella along.
I would like to go. Unfortunately, I couldn't this last
time
because I was in Hawaii.
Yeah, you were off on a magical vacation.
I know, and it was amazing.
With your family.
Yeah. Like I love them.
I know, it's weird. But next year I do plan on both of us going, and if possible, going to TwitchCon as well. But I think VidCon's definitely more on the business side of things for me. I know that it also has the standard, like, go and meet your favorite YouTubers level. And I would love to meet people there who are there for me. That'd be awesome. But at the same time, it's like, you know what? I want to go there almost purely to learn new techniques, learn ways to hack the algorithm, things like that. And I've been getting better at it, I've noticed. I'm noticing a marked improvement. Oh no, I only have one Gravedigger from this set, so decrease count to 1. There we go. By the way, you can right-click and tell it to decrease count, which is super useful. He said, hoping Mudman's still in the chat. He's not. Okay. Oop, 6 tormented souls.
6 tormented souls.
5 golden rings.
In need.
They're in you and in pain?
In need.
Oh, in need. I thought you ate the souls.
No.
I was very concerned.
Ursula doesn't eat souls. She collects them.
That's poor unfortunate souls.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, is it called Unfortunate Soul?
Poor unfortunate soul.
It's
in
torment.
pain, in need.
This was a tormented soul.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I was making a joke.
And it was lost on me.
Apparently.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm the worst.
No, you're not.
I feel like it. Anyway, yeah, I think we should definitely watch some of those Daryl Eves videos later. After we knock out a couple more piles. So we can start getting work done on my work.
We're on the home stretch now, if you want to know.
Are we?
Yeah. We're getting into the part where I started organizing them by...
Oh. Are we almost to standard?
Yeah, we're getting there.
Oh, dang. I guess you're right. We're in Magic 2012. We're down to our last, like, 3 dozen piles. Mm-hmm. Problem is, we're down to our biggest piles. Alright, so, Magic 2012?
Magic 2012. Oh, the Johnny versus Nico Bolas is going to be so hard.
I know.
So difficult. It's got 1 card.
I don't know how I will sort through this whole thing with all of this to go through. And we're done. There you go. Again, Obelisk of Grixis is 100% a strictly worse manolith. I mean, it's not bad, it's just strictly worse.
Keep on.
I know.
We're on Innistrad now.
I'm stretching and grabbing some things. Oh, if we switch that deck into a commander or a Canadian Highlander, because Mikella's making an all-dragons deck with Wubberg.
Yeah!
You're going to want the obelisks.
Okay.
Because the obelisks set is a bunch of cards that are all tap this for one of these 3 mana colors.
Oh.
Which, again, in Modern or in Legacy, they are strictly worse, right? But in Commander or Highlander, strictly worse is what you want. That makes sense, right?
No.
Okay, so you're only allowed one of each card in either of those formats.
Yes.
So in a normal standard game, you would want, assuming you had Manolith, and that was fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it won't be next year. You would want Manolith over any of those other ones. Because the way it works is, well, why would I put 4 of any of these in here when I could just have 4 Manoliths, which are easier to find and could give me any color mana, which better fits me for any situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're making a Wubberg deck in Commander, which I still think is a better fit for you. You can totally disagree with me. In that case, what you want to do is put a bunch of strictly worse cards in there, which would include the Obelisk Cycle. Because then, instead of 1 Manolith, which is all you'd be allowed, you would have 1 Manolith, 1 Obelisk of Esper, 1 Obelisk of Naya, 1 Obelisk of Grixis, 1 Obelisk of Bant, and 1 Obelisk of the 5th one. The Jan Brady of obelisks. Which actually is not fair, because Jan is probably the most memorable of the girls because of how often she was forgotten.
That's a bit counterproductive.
What do you mean?
Or, not counterproductive.
Counterintuitive?
Intuitive? Yeah.
No, it totally makes sense. Because the way it works is you think about it and you go, okay, well, everyone forgets Jan, but they had so many episodes about Jan feeling forgotten that were very popular episodes that Jan Brady sticks out in the public's mind more,
Okay.
but not in the family's mind.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is. And honestly, they point out during the episode, Jan, we weren't forgetting you. We had such and such plot convenience. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we were concerned because, I don't know, Cindy swallowed a whole bottle of bleach. Maybe the Brady Bunch isn't as dark as my brain tends to think it is. I don't know. Well, good job, Seabear. You've been in here for the long haul. We're at an hour and a half. You're still watching us. I appreciate that. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Other people who have popped in and popped out. Appreciate you guys, too. I love that Unruly Mob got reprinted in Shadows. Because it is 100% a flavor win for Innistrad. Without being a monster. Because Innistrad, the point is Gothic horror. And in Gothic horror, people are the real monsters. Ooh, we got another bazillion card. By that I mean another card that we just have way too many of for anyone's business. Like, why? Why did we get all of these?
Because we were the ones who bought them on eBay.
I know. But it's like, ah, man, some of this is just the jankiest of common. Solid jank. Here we go, 2 Curse of the Bloody Tomes. Bloody Tome. Always getting in my way. A Deranged Assistant. Great. A card that should belong in Ravenloft and not in Innistrad. But this is why so many people run Ravenloft in Innistrad now. Which I've actually been thinking of doing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's Lost in the Mist I was talking about. Makeshift Maulers are tons of card. Or bajillions card. And, like, I know this is a weird thing to do as a stream, but I remembered Seaberry telling me once that he just watches people coding sometimes. And he's here for the people. So that's what kind of got me to go, you know what, yeah, we can do this. We can do this. B, C, D. Oh, there's an A. There's another C. Great. Yes, and I'm slowly putting cards into a semblance of an order to try to sort them better for some reason. When I shouldn't even need to do that. Anyway, moving on. Alch's Reap. Brain Weevil. Corpse Lunge. Curse of Oblivion. Curse of Oblivion. Deadweight, Deadweight. Don't get me wrong, I freaking love this program, but it does have a little bit of an issue when it comes to getting things done. If I widen this, oh, that's right. I wish the okay. First complaint about this program. Is that I wish it had a way to separate this. There we go. That's kind of better. I guess that doesn't matter because I have the pole in the way. Yeah. Oh well. Moving on. I think I have more than that for the Ghoul Caller's chant. Let's see. Yep, there's one. Okay, so we got 2 of those. Great. Let's shrink this back down a little. There we go. And Ghoul Razor is the other one I have a ton of. 1, 2, 3. There's another one in here. Where'd you go? 4. 4. Great. I think then we just jump straight down to Maw of the Mire. Just one. Markov Patrician. I think I have more than one of those. I do, I have 2. And we have a Manor Skeleton. And now for the Rotting Fen Snake. Because what's more terrifying than a snake living in a fen? One that's rotting. Why not? What?
A rotting fen snake.
Yep. I do love...
It's bad to the bone. It's rotten.
Oh lord. I do love the Skeletal Grimace. But I do hate that it's literally just a dude who slit his own face off. Like, that's kind of creepy. Alright, Night Terrors. My favorite rats. Typhoid rats. Love these little guys. Victim of Night. 2 Vampire Interlopers. And a Walking Corpse, also known as the Black Bear. Because that's what he is. And yeah, now I'm back to sorting some of the cards just to make this a little bit easier on myself when I am putting them in. Because if I can just go down the list, that helps so much. There we go. Red, thankfully, we don't have as much as the other colors. We have an ancient grudge. Blood crazed neonate. We're getting tired. Everyone's getting tired. Look how tired everyone is. Oh, hey, the air kicked on. I guess it finally got hot in here.
Alternatively, it...
Oh, you have it programmed. Yeah, is it 5 o'clock it switches down?
I think it was 4 o'clock it switches.
Ah. 2, 3, 4, 5. Trader's blood. Ooh, Trader's blood is like the improved act of treason. Kind of digging it. I'm also looking at the Ironsmith as the werewolf. Iron Fangs, the werewolf. There we go, now we're ready for green. Avicine's Pilgrim. Caravan Vigil. Not a lot of people talking in chat, so I don't have much to say to them other than I appreciate anyone who is watching. Please come talk to us. We are so lonely.
Oh, we started watching, Good Game.
Oh yeah, we started watching Good Game. We saw the first episode. It is very much a Dan Harmon show. It is much more Community than Rick and Morty, though. Which is fine. I like Community better, honestly. But Community starts off so slow for me, and I'm noticing Good Game is starting off a little slow, too.
Mm.
Here's Innistrad.
Well, time to start getting more cards stacked, ready to go. Look at that! We're like almost cleared the board, and we're still in our first row.
Yep.
Of old cards.
Well, each row is 1,000. Now, Dark Ascension will be a much faster set to get through. I should be telling Skippy to come join us, because we're in the Innistrad block right now.
Skippy! Come share with us your wisdom and knowledge.
There we go. Because Innistrad is his favorite. To my knowledge, that is 100% true. So that might be false. But last I checked, Innistrad was his favorite. So I would like his opinions on things when it comes to the Innistrad block. Especially since we're now at Dark Ascension. We are halfway through the Innistrad block. Hey, there he is. Hey, Skippy. So yeah, you should probably able to tell, we're just using my cataloging program. We're sorting cards. And I thought of you because we are doing Innistrad. Or actually, we're doing Dark Ascension. We're doing the original Innistrad block.
Shadows over Innistrad will be
soon. Shadows over Innistrad's much later. We had to clear off the table that we showed off in chat before. And I realized that, you know what, if I'm going to be on the computer anyway, and I feel like I'm not getting enough human interaction, may as well go onto Twitch, stream it out. Apologize for there being, basically, at this point, 2 weeks of no videos over on the YouTube side of things. And for the fact that YouTube is taking a backseat for a little bit, partially due to health reasons and partially due to financial reasons. But I do fully intend on returning 100% to doing YouTube and to doing more Twitch. Because that's why we're here. We're twitching.
We are twitchy.
Yes. But I needed to clear off the table for work. Yeah, I heard about that, and I seem to keep missing all the adpocalypses. Because most of our money doesn't come from ads anyway. So whenever we have a low month, I just figure people are using ad blocker. Here's Dark Ascension. And now we're on Avacyn Restored, which is the set Peter wants us to get stuff for him from. Yeah, I heard YouTube's being a bunch of jerks, but I haven't heard the entirety of what's going on with that. So I don't know. Like, how much of jerks are YouTube being? How much jerk YouTube am being? Because, like, I'm hearing it's another adpocalypse thing, and that they're basically stopping people from using Patreon, which is an asshole move. Wait, I only use end cards if I have 10k views on that video? What? I'm gone for 2 weeks, they take away one of my favorite things to do? That is bullshit. They pushed those on us so hard. Like, I'm serious. There was months of YouTube being like, hey, use end cards. Hey, use end cards. And now they have the gall and the audacity to take it away from people? That is ridiculous. Now I'm pissed. That's... You know, I'm thinking, yeah, doing more Twitch is the right choice right now. Screw you, YouTube. Doing this to us. Using computers to deal with all of your problems. Don't get me wrong, I use computers for a lot of my problems. But they've already limited the amount of sites you could go to before, so that's not really a new thing. But from the sound of it, they made it worse. Which is concerning. It gives me concern.
There is cause for concern, you guys.
Don't use cocaine to solve your problems. It's a terrible idea. Unless your problems are not having enough cocaine? Wait. I don't know. Last I heard, ramen was what they used inside prisons now instead of cigarettes, so I got no idea. That's true, I'm not your mother. If I were, I'd be very concerned for you, young man. Alright, so part of the reason you're not seeing much moving on the screen is I am sorting. Sorting cards right now to get things in roughly an order. Some kind of order. So I could just go down the list. Hashtag Columbus Dracula, good. Thank you for voting, sir. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I see people who do make their living on YouTube, and my main thought is still, why are you only bringing this talent to the table? Don't get me wrong, I wish I could live off of YouTube, or off of Twitch. I can't. At the moment, anyway, but I would like to get to that point. But really, I don't want to live off of them. I want to use them to help further the other things. Their other things. Which aesthetic? I think I said something about aesthetic a minute ago. I just blanked on it. Was I talking about the Avacyn cards here? When I was talking about aesthetic? We were talking about somebody else. My brain is just a pile of problems. Yeah. Pile of problems that people keep trusting with children. I I guess that makes me a McDonald's play place. That's what that is, right? It's just a pile of problems people trust with their children. Alright, little Timmy, let's go into the pink eye pit.
Ew.
What else do you think you're going to find in that ball pit? If not pink eye.
A good time!
No, somebody else did, and that's why you'll get pink eye.
Ew. I'm not okay.
Oh, yeah. Vampire Ixalan Tribe has a cool aesthetic. 100% agree. YouTube is a dumb corporation that says they still aren't making money. If they're not making money, then they need to find another way to increase revenue. And maybe stop giving their creators the shaft. Don't get me wrong, there are better ways to make money than constantly trying to screw over your, what do you call it? They need to find another way to do it other than just ad revenue. They need to do something like, I don't know, help creators make products. Crazy, I know. That maybe the super popular people on YouTube have fan bases who want to buy things. And maybe they're already doing that through companies like Teespring. And maybe if they had a way to just upload that directly through their videos, this wouldn't be a problem. But as one of those assholes who uses Teespring to try to fund his stuff, please buy my stuff on Teespring. But beyond that also, how much easier would it be if I could do it through a store that Google operated with YouTube, or some other part of Alphabet, or whatever, and then they could keep all their profits in-house. But as it is, they're getting their profit off of people watching me, and they're not getting a lot of it. So now they're throwing a fit, trying to throw me under the bus. And I'm a small guy. I realize that that's not much for them. But you know who is doing a similar system and has a great idea on how to get it to work? Maybe it's that purple website you're all watching me on right now if you're watching this live. That's right, Twitch. Since Twitch and Amazon merged to become Twitchyzon, that's not what it's called, it's been running way better, and there's been cool things you can do. The bigger streamers can give away games or advertise games. Yeah, and that's the other one. That's the other thing, as I was saying earlier. What's wrong about my white mediocrity that's less than their white mediocrity? How come these guys get to throw around things like the N-word, or calling people various ableist slurs and such? I try my best not to do those things. In fact, I mock those guys. And here I am at, I'm not going to say the bottom. I was at the bottom for like 3 years. Now I'm at rung 2 of this ladder, which is nice. The floodwaters aren't quite touching my ankles. But it's still the kind of thing where I look at it and it's like, why? Why are we dealing with this at all? Why are we giving these people a platform? You're a private company. You don't need to do this. You have no need to do this, other than trying to get money from those people. And then you wonder why people are complaining that you're not advertiser friendly. It's the darndest thing. So right now we're in Avacyn Returned. And like I was mentioning, this is just us sorting cards using Magic Assistant, which is a great program, by the way. I left it up in the chat. I'm going to flash it across the screen here again right now. In fact, I'm going to change that so I don't need to. Doop. Oh wait, cancel. Background color should be black. And background opacity should be like, I think about here. Like about 50%. There we go. Whoop. Center aligned. And outline it. Whoa! Too much. Too much outline. Much better. Trying to get this to work. I could agree with that. I could agree with Havison being a BAMF. There we go. That's where you can get it. mtgbrowser.sourceforge.net. Just copy that into the browser. There you go. Very, very useful program if you're trying to keep track of your magic cards. Avison, I thought, didn't die. Maybe she did. I don't know. I'm bad at lore. Really bad at lore. I think that might be one of those moments where I keep jumping over something. Oh yeah, I guess Avison did completely die, didn't she? Which is sad. I like Grave Exchange, but it sure looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card compared to a lot of the other cards. Siegfrieda is the only good angel left. Aw, that's sad. That probably explains a lot of what happens in Shadows over Innistrad. I mean, if you only got one good angel left. There we go. I do like the Soul Cage Fiends. Remind me of the Bodax from D&D. Yes, we're just here in Innistrad, going through some of the stuff. They're nice things. Oh, hold up. I put green before red by accident. Let's fix that. Okay. It's been a long week. It's been a very long week. And I'm glad to do some magic. I'm glad to do some streaming. Glad to put up some video stuff of a kind. Ooh, I am getting a little dizzy, though, and I'm wondering if that's low blood sugar. Important question. Yeah, there were 3 good angels. Avison died. The 2 others refused into a weird Eldrazi monstrosity. And Sigruna, or whatever, is the only one protecting humanity. Aww. I'm noticing Innistrad and Amonkhet went through a similar event then. They had supernatural protectors, and 1 is left. Because end of Amonkhet, you have only Hazoret left protecting the people, with the Scorpion God and the Locust God. No, was it Scorpion God and Locust God? Scorpion God's dead, I think. Or is Scarab God dead? One of the evil gods is dead, but all 4 of the good gods are dead. A lot of people are saying that they're hoping when we return to Amonkhet, we get to see... Oh, you just sold off the rest of your Magic collection, Seaberry? Not enough time to play? I mean, can't blame you. It takes up time. Look at me, I'm sorting cards chronologically. So can't blame you. Yeah, I guess you're right there, kind of redoing Mirrodin. Because doesn't Mirrodin end with it becoming new Phyrexia? Oh no, that's no fun. That was the other thing we were supposed to do, is we were supposed to fix our car.
Yeah, we were supposed to.
We've been supposed to do that for 2 weeks now. And in fact, before we're out of daylight, we could do it in the garage. We could do it tomorrow before we leave.
True.
Yeah. Wake up super early.
Yay.
Okay,
Not
so problem
looking forward to
is
it.
we're at the big lists now. And it is 5:30. So we might return to more sorting and cataloging cards later, but it's been 2 hours and I'm exhausted. So I will keep this poll, I will bring the poll back next time, hopes that we get more people who want to vote on it, but I need dinner. So I'll catch all of you later. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching this on Twitch, please follow. Either way, follow us on Twitch. We are so close to our goal for followers on Twitch right now. It is ridiculous how close we are. Like, let me see here. How close are we? A ridiculous amount. It says ridiculous right on my screen. Yep. That is not the case. We're at 45. We want to hit 50. I know we can do it. If you have friends, please tell them to follow us on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Alchemyprime. We will soon be changing that to /AlchPlaysGames, but for now it's /Alchemyprime. Anyway, we will see you all later, and hope you have a great day.
Have a great
we'll
day,
probably
everybody.
we'll probably be back tonight or another day to do more sorting like this. Bye.
Bye.